Nishima is a seasoned business leader in the consuming tech space with 12 plus years of experience across sales and strategy. Backed by strong academic credentials, she has deep expertise in building and scaling businesses from scratch. She has launched three new verticals in leading e-commerce unicorns like Myntra and Oyo, scaling them to P&Ls over 300 crore plus whilst keeping them sustainable. Having an entrepreneurial drive and displaying high levels of ownership were key values that helped her achieve these goals. Hi Nishima.
Hi, Harmeet. How are you?
I'm good. Welcome to Sandstone EduFest 2021. The stage is all yours. Over to you. Over to you.
Okay, great. Thanks. Hey, thanks for having me, Harmeet. To speak with students who are, just going to start their journey, where I am still kind of, in almost 12, 13 years in. So it's always nice to speak with young folks who are just going to start out and, may have some questions, doubts. So thanks for having me today. So I'm going to speak a little bit around, why a business degree is important, and what value does it add to your career, and whether it's something that one should think about pursuing, or not. Right? So that's the session. That's what the session will cover. So I graduated from IIM Ahmedabad 2008. It was a long time ago. I worked 6.5 years with really large tech companies like Airtel, like Motorola, and now I'm with Amazon. And the different separate 6.5 years I've spent in consumer tech space, which is basically nothing but startups like Myntra and startups like Oyo, like scale startups, right? I built three businesses here, like Harmeet already said, three separate businesses which are sustainable, running, and over the years, last 3 years, I've spent a lot of time building teams, recruiting teams, working with a lot of younger folks, hustling, executing. So it's been a very exciting last 12, 13 years, especially at a time right now, given that our startup space in India is kind of taking off, and there are lots of opportunities for young people that are available today, that were not available to a lot of us even a decade back, right? So it's an exciting space to be in, and that's something that I think, I've been lucky to kind of be part of these organizations. I currently lead the North region sales for Amazon's global sales business, which is basically, um, we speak to a lot of manufacturers and exporters from India, and we enable them to sell across 15 marketplaces across the world via Amazon using our supply chain capability, and like kind of taking a lot of Indian, let's say, wares to folks abroad, right? And that's what I lead. I lead the North region sales for that part of Amazon's business. So that's a little, brief background around me. Um, and we can kind of begin a little bit around figuring out why a business degree is important, right? So many of you would be aspiring to do an MBA or a BBA or any of these degrees that are now available. Any questions and any thoughts on why would somebody want to pursue it? Like, why does it matter? Why are people around the world now kind of working towards an MBA degree? There are so many colleges and so many education institutes that are held in such high esteem, because they offer this degree, and lots of students across the world, go to these prestigious colleges to be able to get an MBA degree. See, the thing is that business tycoons of the world, right? So, for example, a Bill Gates or a Mark Zuckerberg, these guys don't have business degrees, right? They are dropouts, and they don't possess MBA degrees from prestigious organizations. So, why is it important? Why would you need a degree in order to be able to build a really big business, or even join a corporate, right? Like there are many examples, like Mukesh Ambani, for example, is also a Stanford dropout, right? Um, so why would somebody need a business degree? There are many facets to why a business degree is important, and I think an education is important more than a business degree. I would say an education, especially from the place that we are coming from, an education will definitely guarantee some standing across the world, right? Like so. If you have a degree in the world, it helps you equalize no matter which background you come from, right? A degree in any any field equalizes and helps your employers or your future employers measure you against, and keep you and stack rank you against the other candidates, right? So that's always going to be the case. Different kind of people that you will meet, whether from different backgrounds, having pursued different education degrees, having different outlook to life, wanting to pursue different interests, having different interests currently, that is going to be massive, right? And when you do that, you broaden your horizons and you get to learn so many new things that you would not have learned otherwise, right? And any education and business degree that allows you to broaden horizons and think differently and see how the half the world, how other half the world lives, is worth having, right? So that's the number one reason, in my opinion, why somebody should invest in their time and education. Networking, right? Why would networking and basically understanding different horizons, different viewpoints, different kinds of people you meet, different education backgrounds, and so on and so forth, right? That's the number one reason that I would say that at once you would not meet so many people separately, right? This is one. Not everyone is a mark or bill. Business degree will help in increasing exposure. It does help in increasing exposure. I agree. That's the number one point that I was making, right? Like, it's really important that you broaden your horizons, you meet different kinds of people. Else, otherwise, you will just be in your, like, if you are always in the place where the same kind of education, same kind of people, if you're meeting only similar kind of folks from the same backgrounds, same aspirations, same interests, then you will never get to broaden horizons, right? So that's something that's I think is the number one reason for earning a business degree. The second reason is that at many places, right, this is not true for everyone, but at many places, having a business degree is also a financial gain, right? There are a lot of employers, there are a lot of institutions that will hire or prefer to hire folks that have a degree, although that might not be a requirement, but it's always an added thing that will give you an extra edge over someone who doesn't have a degree, right? So financially it will be beneficial in the long run, right? In different jobs and in different points of view, you can kind of figure out if that works, but in most occasions, I would say 70 to 80% cases, there you will have a slight edge financially also if you have a business degree in place, right? So that's something that financially will also make sense over a longer duration, right? It may not be in short term, but in longer duration, having a degree will also always help, right? The third thing is management skills, right? A degree also teaches you to a large extent what kind of management skills may be required for what kind of jobs, right? So the second year in MBA in many places has a piece of talking about specialization. So if you see that let's say you enjoy working with people, then HR could be a specialization you might want to explore. Let's say you want to understand building a brand better, right? So that marketing could be a specialization. So all these second year specializations will also help you in understanding what might be of great fit to you, right? Piece on understanding which specialization will kind of get you there and will give you a better career opportunity. That is also something that a degree will enable. Credibility and global exposure, right? Like, I think this is related to the earlier point that I was making, which is that if you are going to be benchmarked against thousands of aspirants, right, on the same job, or making a mark in the same industry, then having a business degree will always help, right? Getting an education on your CV is something that will give you an edge over the other candidates. It's a mark of identification, basically. It will help identify candidates who may have more experience or may have put more effort in understanding the management side of things, and that's also always something that will give you an edge, right? So in my honest opinion, these three are very broad reasons on why someone should require a business degree. I think the other thing is that, in my personal opinion, like I was telling you, a lot of business tycoons of the world, right, like a Mark Zuckerberg, or Mukesh Ambani, or Bill Gates, they aren't they don't have a degree. But unless you have understood what your passion is and you are ready to pursue that, it's always a good thing to get an education. So with that, I'd like to open the floor to more questions, and I would be happy to answer from your students if there's anything I can help with, and anything they'd like me to elaborate on. I'm
Right,
happy to
right.
do that.
On that note, Nishima, talking about business degree. whether it is BBA or MBA, or whether it be bachelor's and master's. How different is a bachelor's degree in business from the master's one, and what is the main difference according to you?
In my opinion, the main difference is what kind of specialization you might want to do. I think both the degrees talk about managing businesses and how you will run a specific business, and what kind of tools might be required. An MBA in general, is a generic degree, right? So you will see you don't need a BBA to do an MBA, right? Because you can be an engineer, you can be like I'm a history honors graduate, so you can be a regular graduate, or you can have any background, and you still can then choose to specialize, let's say in the second year in some places. Whereas if you do a BBA, then you are like, if you do a BBA and an MBA, you will have had a much larger and depth and in-depth understanding of what it takes to build a business.
Right, right, right. So it's more like you dive into your specializations deeper, and in the bachelor's you kind of experiment, and you don't have that much of room of experimentation towards your MBA, because you just have 2 years, you want to do your internship and everything. Right. On board with that, Shahrukh says in MBA what gets better and best. So in MBA, basically, if you do an MBA degree, a master's in business administration, this degree, how do things get better in terms of career gradually?
Of opportunities you will get when you are doing an MBA, right? The level of opportunities that you will get will slightly be higher if you were, let's say, if you had done only an engineering or only a BBA, right? So the complexity that an MBA degree will bring in terms of what jobs you can apply to, what roles you are okay with, will be higher with an MBA. And consequently, in many cases, not all, again I'm qualifying by saying not all, but in many cases, because the complexity is higher, you will also end up being the remuneration also being more between a complex degree on your CV versus without. You will be able to command a lot more from your employer than you will without it.
We have another question from Supriya. Supriya says how to take more advantage of internships. Very valid question.
Yeah, that's a good question. How to take more advantage of internships, right? One thing as an intern, I would say is that, like when you go there, you will not know a lot of things, right? And it's okay to kind of be heard. The worst thing you can do as an intern is go there and just sit quietly and not make yourself seen or heard, right? So when you're an intern, ask for more work, right? Whenever you're given the work, make sure you go out of your way to understand what is expected and over deliver on that, right? The more enthusiasm and ability to work you will show during your internship, the higher the chance that the interns will be able to see that you are working, right? So I'll give you an example. I interned with Standard Chartered Bank, right? And that's a financial bank system. I had no interest in finance whatsoever, but I still did it, right? Because I wanted to check and see what a banking system looks like, what happens in finance, like what are the things that people do. I mean, I liked the people, I enjoyed the environment, but I knew that it wasn't for me. I never pursued a career in finance post doing that internship. But if you want to make the most of your internship, make sure the earlier you start with figuring out where your help might be needed, the better you're going to get at it. So use the internship well, right? Use those 3 months, 2 months, 1 month, whatever internship you're doing, to be seen, be heard, and actually contribute in a much bigger manner than that what is expected of you.
Absolutely. Right. Thank you so much, Nishima. We have another question from Saikat Post. Saikat says, can you share your own experience about pre-MBA and post-MBA? Like what changes you noticed in yourself?
My MBA was a very long time back, so I like I said, like I think it going to IIM Ahmedabad for 2 years, it opened my mind a lot, because I had grown up in Delhi, right? I went to school here throughout. I always met the same kind of people, same kind of backgrounds, right? जो colony के दोस्त हैं, जो school में दोस्त हैं, those are the only guys you end up meeting, right? You're not meeting folks who are, let's say, who are living in Tiruchirappalli, right? Who are coming from completely different languages, completely different backgrounds, completely different priorities, or even like people who are in Bombay, so people who live in Kolkata, they're just different, right? and like staying for 2 years in campus with people who are this different opens up your mind, right? So the biggest change I saw in myself was that I became a much more confident person than I was.
For us, we have another one. Sila Mukund says, at present situation, those who are going to take MBA admissions, which towards specialization is better for future? In terms of present situation, I'm sure he means of the post-pandemic era, which we're talking about. Yeah.
See, it completely depends. I don't think that even post pandemic there will be a preference towards a certain specialization, right? Specialization should be personal to one person, right? Like if you enjoy, for example, if you don't enjoy numbers, for example, right, then don't do finance. It's never going to make you happy, no matter what, whether there's a pandemic or there's not a pandemic, right? It's not going to matter because you will be unhappy. So pick. I don't think like pandemic versus pre-COVID or post-COVID specializations would make a difference. What I can say is post-COVID, some industries are doing a lot better, right, than they were doing pre-pandemic, for example. So I know e-commerce, for example, is doing a lot better than it was, right, pre-pandemic because of people using more internet and then shifting in terms of consumer trends that's happening, right? So that could be one sector that one could explore. Then let's say pharma is doing really well, right? So that's also a sector you might want to kind of explore. So again, I don't think there's a specialization, but yeah, some industries will do better than the others post pandemic.
I'm much interested in HR and selected HR, but many are saying that for boys there is no good scope in HR. It's a myth. It's a lie. I'm sure
Yeah,
Nishima will agree, right?
yeah. In most organizations, the CHRO that I have worked with have all been men. So yeah, no, that's not true.
That's not true. Right. Any last token of message you would want to give to the students?
Firstly, thanks for having me. And I would say that I would tell the students that don't sweat it too much. I think don't think and overthink business degrees. And getting an education is very important. You must invest time and opportunities to get an education, but enjoy that education. Right? Use that education. Enjoy that education. Enjoy the time that you will spend getting that education. That's most important. And I wish all the students all the best in the upcoming year. And thanks for having me.
Thank you so much, Nishima, for joining us today. It was a wonderful session. Definitely, confidence, pre-MBA, post-MBA, networking, and of course, being associated with better people and dreaming higher. That's what we learned in the session today. Thank you so much, Nishima, for joining us today. Thank you so much, Nishima. Thank
Okay.
you.
Bye. Thanks.
Thank you.